name of the game. The band Wilco, based out of, Chicago?
That's right.
Nailed it. Folks, they're a band. Dads listen to them. I remember a time in Lawrence, let's go down memory lane, when there was not a high-rise apartment on the corner across from the art center.
Oh, I love going down memory lane.
And Wilco paid a big, and they got paid, I'm sure.
Sure did.
Big, but free?
No, you think it was free because you could watch it for free from like the parking garage.
Right. Anyway, we paid money to go see Wilco show in what was essentially an empty lot. Yeah. And it was a very magical time, but I have never seen so many dads swaying in time as I did at that Wilco show. It was nicely spread out. Like the audience wasn't too crowded. It had a really nice summer show vibe. Anyway, good memories of Lawrence back when downtown had a little less infill. Not to say infill's not good, folks, just to say it doesn't facilitate large Wilco concerts. But what does in the year 2020 of our Lord global pandemic? Nothing. Does your dad have a fond memory of going to a music show with other people? Maybe buy them this set of Wilco notebooks made by Field Notes. It's a set of 6 notebooks, each with a unique cover created in collaboration with the band, I believe. And they're just very cool. We still have quite a few left. I don't think they're out of print yet, but that'll eventually happen.
Yeah. It's their first box set like this. Field Notes. It's Field Notes' first box set like this in several years. So if you're a Field Notes devotee, this is a nice one here.
Yeah, each of the notebooks was designed by a graphic designer to sort of represent a member of the band. So of course, Aaron Draplin, who's the lead designer of Field Notes and the creator of Field Notes brand, he did Jeff Tweedy, who's the lead singer.
He got the number one.
He got number one. I mean,
who got nails?
I knew you'd ask. I'm ready to tell you it was Lawrence Azarod, who's a great designer as well. So this is a cool set. It comes in a box. It's a Wilco box set. And guess where you'd find this on our website, Paul DeGeorge?
Under dads.
Pretty close. Paul, I did a thing.
What did we, did you make a new section?
I did it. Boom. So I'm trying to be like good at running a website instead of a brick and mortar store. So we're getting there. And one thing I've done is I discontinued the Mother's Day gift suggestion subcategory under this month's specials, and I've created 2 new subcategories under this month's specials: graduation gifts and Father's Day gifts. So if you'd like to see a honed down selection of greeting cards and gifts that we think might work for you so that you don't have to plunge through our whole messy website, you can go to those tabs. I'm going to keep updating them through the next couple weeks.
Is that our tech update for today?
That is a tech update about our website, wonderfairhomeshopping.com. Or, of course, you can call us and we'll just talk to you about all your gifting needs.
So correct me if I'm wrong, we still don't have a new section, like new to the store.
Like we just received these items in a box and here they are?
Yeah, the new one. That's customer demand for that one. We got to get on that.
You know what else I was thinking might be a fun section? We're just going to keep goofing with the formula. What if it's just like Meredith's favorites, Paul's favorites?
We do have staff picks.
We do. We should hone that down. Okay, you're right. We already kind of have that. Okay. What about just like stuff that's tiny?
Newly uploaded to the site would be helpful, says Elizabeth.
Okay, so we'll just do that.
We could do a tiny section. I like that.
It could just be smaller. Okay, well, that was my Father's Day gift suggestion for today. We'll do more as the holiday draws near.
Once again, that's the Wilco Field Notes set. Get it for dads. It's $27, and you can find it in the As Seen on Wonder Fair TV section of the site. Actually, is it there?
I don't know if I put it in As Seen on TV.
Might just be in the dad section under this month's specials.
We can put it in As Seen on TV.
It's been seen. Folks have seen it on the show.
You done seen it? All right. Speaking of you done did it. Oh, shoot. I don't think I have it over. Wait.
Good segue, Meredith.
Thank you. Did you know that we have a card that I can't show you because I put it back in its proper section that says, "You done learned it all."
That's for graduates?
It's amongst my top 2 favorite graduation cards this year that I bought. One is Unshark and Believable. You graduated. And number 2 is You Done Learned It All.
You saw Unshark and Believable on the show yesterday. You still have that up here?
I took them both away. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, You Done Learned It All is a beautiful card that we just have up. It looks very classic. It's hand lettered in a way that looks like certificate script of ye olden days. But it says you done learnt it all. And I think that's a really funny card to give to a college graduate. They are sick of the pomp and circumstance. They're just listening to the graduation song over and over. Probably is what graduates are doing this year. So yeah. So give them something. Give them a little breath of fresh air. Give them that card. I put it in the drop-down graduation gift suggestions tab. What else are you gonna get? A grad that's done learnt it all.
I see where we're going here. That's good.
How about the School of Life Wisdom card deck set that also comes with a little
standee,
wooden standee, so you can display the one that feels. I probably should have brought the sample open
one. Yeah.
I just don't.
I can go get that.
I'm 80% today of making the right choices for the show. But Nikita will be here later and take us up beyond 100, so it's fine. Like many School of Life products we've featured, it's influenced by the philosophy of Alain de Botton, and everything is designed beautifully. So wisdom and intelligence are two different things, which you will know if you play Dungeons and Dragons, because those are two completely different stat sets, folks. You can have very high intelligence and very low wisdom, and that might be something that happens when you, when you get your college degree. They're definitely testing your intelligence, but wisdom is important too. What's your natural understanding? So get them the wisdom set to balance out that diploma, or if they have just really low stats in wisdom and they need a boost. That's my thoughts on that. I don't know.
Show off
I can't believe I successfully transitioned that into Dungeons and Dragons.
That was a good move.
Thank you. I'm kind of proud of myself. As a sorceress, I have much higher wisdom, I believe. But as a wizard, you'd have higher intelligence. Is that correct?
Ooh, yeah, I think so.
You're a
I think
wizard.
I have been a wizard. I'm currently a bard.
Well, you're kind of always a wizard.
Big on
Harry
charisma. Okay. This is kind of what it would look like. This is the pack of cards, which is still packaged. So we won't open it, but there you go. You can kind of see what it would look like on the stand. This card says realism. The wise are first and foremost realistic about how difficult many things will be. They aren't devoid of hope. That would be folly in itself. But they are conscious of the complexities entailed in any project. Raising a child, starting a business, spending an agreeable weekend with the family, changing the nation, falling in love. Knowing that something difficult is being attempted doesn't rob the wise of ambitions, but it makes them more steadfast, calmer, and less prone to panic about the problems that will invariably come their way.
That's so good.
We love it. We love it. You want to do this?
I will do this. You can.
If it's Angie, it's going to take me like 30 minutes to get her pens together.
I don't think it's Angie.
Angie called with a lot of Stabilo pens, so I'm going to have to take a minute to get that one popping together. I'm going to continue along the same. I'm going to continue along the same vein that Meredith was on with another graduation gift. And this one's called A Job to Love. It's a little book by School of Life. It's just one of their more philosophical and existential approaches to imparting some wisdom. So let's see. I'll read quick. It's a guide to how we can better understand ourselves and locate a job that is right for us. So I don't know, probably a hard time to get a job, but maybe a good time to be thinking about what will really make you happy and feel fulfilled. So we've been selling a few of these as potentially as graduation gifts, I'm guessing, but maybe also people who are just thinking more about like, hey, maybe it's time for a change. I don't know. Could be you. $19.99, just one easy payment from the School of Life. That's the, and we love their books here. They all come in this similar aesthetic. We featured some other titles on the show as well. So that's A Job to Love by School of Life. Sorry, I can't get you the Instagram close up, but it looks nice. All right. I'm going to see what else Meredith got over here. I think this is a product we've maybe featured once or twice before on the show as well. And it's going to be exciting to have Meredith come back and tell me why she thought this would be good for graduates, because this seems to be more in line with current students. You can see it's a big old beautiful notebook. This is actually an engineering grid notebook, which we have discussed in the past with our science fact checker, Ryan Shank, inquiring after, like, what's the deal with engineering grid? Where did that come from? And we covered it, but I don't really remember what the answer was. So Meredith has a better memory than me, so maybe she can come back and enlighten us on what an engineering pad is. But this one currently has, an engineering pad has this very, I'm remembering now, it's coming back to me. It's got these sections for dating your scientific experiments and signing them up here. Hard to see, I know, impossible probably on Instagram. But it's grid paper on one side and blank on the right. So theoretically, you could be columning out data entry here and writing observations here if you're conducting experiments. And I guess the thought being, sorry, showing Instagram. I guess Meredith's thinking, you never stop really experimenting with stuff even after graduating. So why not get yourself a beautiful volume in which to catalog all those experiments, for life. It's your life experiment book. I have no idea if that was her intent behind this, but they are beautiful engineering pads. Mostly when you see these in a stationery store, they're just like a pad of paper that looks kind of like junk. And these are nicely bound. They'll look great on the bookshelf. So you can catalog years and years of your life's experiments with these. That's $29 for this beautiful engineering book. And I think it's online, but I don't know for sure. I'll double check as soon as I can stop talking, and then we can let you know if it's indeed online. She still seems to be on the phone. Hi, Nikita.
Hi. I'm watching this. It's really going great right now.
It's not going great. One other thing here is the career therapy cards. So that would have been a great follow-up to A Job to Love by School of Life. It's another School of Life product. Going heavy on these because they're just at the top of the pile. And maybe Meredith had a vision of like the ultimate philosophical job pack for your recent graduate. She's always thinking about those big gift sets. But career therapy, this could be not just for a recent graduate, but also for anybody who's maybe looking for a change, right? I'm gonna pull out one of these and see if, whoa, these are intense. There's a lot of text on these. It's not just simply like a single word prompt. So a future self, imagine. And then there's a sort of exercise you can work through. Journey forward 10 years. Everything is worked out according to your current plans. How do you feel? What is an average week like? What pleases you? What still annoys you? Okay, so doing some self-care, thinking about your future. This is the career therapy set, $20 from School of Life. That's great. It's probably on our website, I believe. She's still on the phone. Definitely not our policy. Call when we're not live. We'll take the number. Boy. Okay. Well, Nikita's here. Nikita, are you just jumping in? Do you have any prep work to do?
No, I think I'm ready. No, I'm good.
Nikita's ready. So since we're already moseying along here, maybe we'll bring Nikita in and.
I'm finally done.
Ooh, Meredith is done. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this update.
Oh my.
Was there a reason you couldn't just take a phone number?
I want to tell people that I just tell me the truth. when they're like, I said, if you just need one quick thing, I could take care of it really fast. And but if you need like some concierge shopping, like I'll call you back after one. And he's like, oh, it's gonna be quick. It was 6 different things plus lots of like details.
Not quick. I was dying.
It wasn't quick. I was
totally dying.
I just trusted. I mean, he's so nice.
Take the phone number. Call him back. It's not hard.
See, that's the lesson I've learned. Is sometimes it's never as quick.
It's never quick.
Immediately say like, I apologize, and we'll definitely call you back. But here's the thing, like, he knew what he wanted.
But he didn't know we were in the middle of a live broadcast from our very popular home shopping network. What were you thinking about these? There's a lot of mysteries here on the table. Okay.
I just don't want to put a customer on blast about it. I think not everybody watches our extremely popular broadcast. And they don't know, so it's fine.
They don't know. It's just us here.
I feel
and when
guilty.
One of us leaves, we're just dying on camera.
I feel guilty telling people I can't take their call is my problem.
I'm not guilty about it.
Yeah. I'll work through it.
Okay.
Anyway, it was so nice, and we had a great time, and I found all the things we needed. But I'm sorry I left you alone and that you died.
I died.
And now you're a ghost.
I'm a ghost. I have, I was featuring this, and I was like, what the hell is this here for? Because it's like a school thing. So I want to know what your vision was for recent graduates and this beautiful notebook.
Well, as we learned on wonderfairhomeshopping.com live broadcast channel, or whatever we're calling ourselves, this is an engineering notebook which is specially designed for people as they move into the world and start to create their own inventions or research projects that will eventually need to be patented and approved by science, which feels like the kind of thing if you graduate and you're going to move into a job in a lab, and you show up on day one in your lab with your very own engineering notebook that looks totally badass.
It immediately becomes property of the lab.
Well, that would have been true of even an ugly notebook, but I mean, why are you going to show up to work without it?
Usually you have to work with the equipment they give you because it's their property. Just saying, this would be more for life's experiments. That's where I went with it.
Oh, well, I like that.
Okay.
Well, if you already had an answer, I don't need to.
I made up an answer.
Oh, well, either way, I just feel like if someone's graduating in engineering, this feels like it'd be a nice gift for them. Or unless they hate their major and want to
maybe they majored in art and you're like,
then you give them
you should have gone into engineering.
An artist would love this notebook. This is a great craft notebook for an artist, actually. So maybe that's not a bad idea. I just think notebooks are a good gift for grads.
Yep.
Straight up.
And this one's especially like a luxurious, like, wow, put it on your bookshelf sort of notebook.
You could definitely...
Comes in a few different cover designs too, FYI. There's a little triangle-y one.
They're not all on the website.
It's the Delta sign, which symbolizes change, FYI.
Well, that's why I picked it.
Yeah.
That's why, Paul.
Okay, I managed to hack my way through a few of these.
Sorry. Do you need a hug?
Gifts. I'll be okay. But Nikita's here, so maybe y'all can talk about the things Nikita wants to talk about, and I'll answer the phone.
Ooh, he's dying. Now you know. See, I feel. I'm sure you were less awkward than me left alone.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going up. Oh,
I should have just moved into an unboxing, which I have plenty of here.
Yeah, we got loads of boxes. I'm just gonna climb my way up here. All right. You do a wipe down?
Not yet.
Well, golly, I guess I'll do it. Let me do that for you. All right. Sorry to pause for everyone. Just gonna clean off our touchy surfaces real quick like. All right. Hi, Nikita, join us. Welcome. Welcome to Two-Person Through a Screen Wonder Fair.
Oh, so fun.
I didn't know it was Sports Nikita
Oh,
Day.
it's Sporty Day, yeah, that's for sure. And I'm here to talk about Jessica Simpson as a classic sporty day. Yeah.
You know what? I think she was the sportiest of the do we have a name for like the pop stars who emerged out of the Mickey Mouse school? Although I think Jessica,
she didn't make it on it.
I still count her,
but she should be counted.
Right, she should be counted.
She deserves a lot of credit for everything.
Yeah. So, Pop Mouseketeer, almost Jessica Simpson,
Mhm.
is the subject of today's Wonder Fair home shopping discussion. With
Just a
Nikita.
quick little like foray into it. I did
Let's
take
hear
notes
about
on it. I do have some notes. I picked out 3 highlights. I don't know if you want like the most exciting one first or like.
Let's work up to it.
Okay,
I
I was
feel
like,
a
I have
little-
one that's like definitely more exciting than the other 2.
All right,
but,
let's save the best for last.
All right. Some highlights of it. She talks a lot about her intuition into her own life and things that kind of just like she knew before she actually really knew. And I thought that was really interesting because I just like, I don't know. I think it's really cool when people seem to have like a greater sense of what's going on in their lives before they actually like know it for sure.
Mhm.
Like she like knew that she'd be signed before she was ever signed, and like yeah, I got like a symbol from like a bird that like crashed into her windshield that was when she realized that she should sign with Columbia.
Yikes, Jessica, can you just like walk me through the simplified steps of why that's a sign that you're going to get signed by Columbia Records?
I really wish I could.
Okay.
She said, so she was driving and she had, I think, had a couple offers from a couple different labels. And then while she was driving, she was like, I need a sign to figure out which one would be the right step in my career. I'm afraid I'm going to make the wrong choice. And then a bird crashed into her windshield. And she was like, I don't really know like what you're trying to suggest with me with that, but that seems like a pretty clear sign of something. And she chose Columbia. Oh wait, no, it hit her windshield right as she was near this hospital that she had never seen before that was called Columbia Hospital. And she was like, this is it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a connection. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that bird gave its life so that we could have Jessica Simpson as one viewer says, a 2000s it girl. And I think that's the correct term.
That is the correct term.
Thank you for your sacrifice, avian friend.
And now we have With You, which is one of the best songs that I've ever heard.
I don't know it.
You
I need to
do
admit
some
I
research.
don't think
Yeah.
I can name a Jessica Simpson song, but I have purchased several of Jessica Simpson's clothing products. Maybe?
She has a pretty extensive clothing line that's been
In
really
college,
successful.
they were at Dillard's, and y'all, it
Mhm.
was a small college town, so choices were limited.
I think you made the right choice. I think that's
Yeah.
the best clothing you could
Yeah.
purchase.
Agreed. Okay, so that's number one. If that's the
Mhm.
least exciting fact, and a
Mhm.
bird died, I can't wait to hear.
She
what
also
else
knew
you
that
got.
she was pregnant before she actually knew it. She just like felt it in her body, and then she
Okay.
realized that she was. So
I trust
That's just a
women
cool
about
thing.
that stuff.
yeah, I do. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
So okay, good job, Jess. She knew she took a life. She knew when life ended, what that meant. She knew a new life had begun.
Mhm.
What are we
It's really
ending
beautiful.
on?
Yeah.
She's so wise.
Yeah, she is so wise and
Mm.
so talented. My next highlight was that she had a really, really good discussion of like her response to body shaming in her career and like how her clothing line developed and all of that. She was really focused on like making things that were affordable and like body inclusive, which was pretty cool.
Mhm, mhm.
She was compared to Britney Spears like her whole life, and like a lot of that meant that her like the person who was in charge of like her music videos and stuff like that would be like, we need to make sure you're showing your stomach constantly, and I want you to have like a 6-pack abs, like that's what I need you to do. And she was like, I don't think I can do that, but I'm going to keep trying because I'm 17 and I'm being
Right.
told that I have to do this. So that was pretty horrifying, and I think, and obviously that impacted her a lot throughout her life.
Mhm.
And so as she got older and her weight started to fluctuate more, she started having to have real conversations with herself about what bodies were about and why she cared so much about being thin and all that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. And it just was a really like deep discussion that I kind of wasn't really expecting, and kind of just like a memoir that's about like an it girl of the 2000s, you know, like she really has like challenged a lot of that within herself, and I thought that was pretty cool. She was like in an airport, and then someone said something about her not being as big as they thought that she was. Like they were like, you actually like, you're really pretty thin, you're not that big. And she said thank you first, and then she like started to walk away, and she like realized in her head that like that was not the correct response to that. And so she just turned around and was like, it would be fine if I was, like, I don't know why that matters.
Good job,
So
Jessica.
that was really cool. Yeah. Big fan.
There's that word in French. I'm gonna mess up the word. It's like trompe l'escalier, which means I think like things you realize on the staircase after you've left that you should have said.
Ooh.
That's like anonymous. It's a pseudo translation.
Right.
She didn't have that. She like thought of it and said it.
She was like, no, I'm going to go back and
Good
be
job,
like,
Jessica.
hey. This
Let's
is
all
not
do
cool.
Yeah, like what a role model in a way.
Yeah.
In that case,
Mhm.
she also had maybe like fewer faux pas that the media could devour. So if you're an it girl and you're not just messing up, they gotta find ways to mess you up so that you can be newsworthy, I guess. That sucks.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's not cool.
Ugh, okay. Well, good job, Jeff. You saved the best for last, and then it was one where she just did a great job.
That was my second one, actually. I have one more fact. That's really the exciting one.
I thought that the knowing she was going to have
about.
a baby was number 2.
No, that was just part of her intuition thing.
Got it.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I have an exciting fact. Really, her discussions of like her like the way that she heard about Beyonce and then like them later developing a friendship was probably the most exciting thing that I read in the book. Because it's just wild to see people who like before they were famous like discuss other people before they were famous, and it's just like such an interesting dynamic there. She talked to this agent who was like, I'm trying to like build up young stars, and the person was like, yeah, like there's this like 16-year-old, her name is Beyonce Knowles, she's like pretty awesome, we're gonna see what happens with that. And like her dad, who was her agent at the time, was like, oh, I'm gonna try to remember that name. And like now Beyonce is Beyonce, and that's just kind of a funny thing to me. But also she met her at one point because they're both from Texas. And they met at one point and they became really close friends pretty much immediately because they were both like young, like pop artists trying to like make it. And they were both from Texas. And then she like ended up going on tour with Destiny's Child like a couple of times.
I was going to ask, like, was this before Destiny's Child was formed?
No, it was like pretty, Destiny's Child formed pretty early on. And so it was a little bit after they had formed. It was before Michelle was part of the group. It was like the earlier stages of Destiny's Child. So it was just like when they were doing kind of smaller tours, and she was like their opener.
Interesting that still like love for Solange, but I guess they were immediately just like, it's Beyonce though.
Yeah, they did from a very young age. They were like, I used to read a lot about Beyonce in her childhood.
Soft spot for Solange.
They very quickly were like, Beyonce is the star child and we will be pushing her forward. And Solange was like, okay, I guess we're doing this now. But you know, it worked out. Solange is doing great.
That's true.
She's amazing.
Solange would totally say that to that person in the airport.
She would. Yeah.
I mean,
Beyonce would probably do it too.
Yeah.
I would like to root for that. Yeah.
Beyonce's fans would actually take care of it for Beyonce.
Yeah. Beyonce's fans are so scary.
So scary. But I respect them.
Mm-hmm. I respect them too, mainly because I fear them so much.
I fear them, but I also, you know what? They're not wrong.
No,
their love is not misplaced. So, okay.
So those are my Jessica Simpson updates that I thought were important to know. Yeah.
I didn't know Jessica Simpson was from Texas, but
she's from Waco.
Wow,
Waco, Texas.
Wacky.
Shout out.
That's a good shout out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nikita, thank you for sharing your book report.
Mm-hmm.
Nikita's book
That's
report.
the most important thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the book is Open Book by Jessica Simpson,
yes.
and you can buy it from the Raven Bookstore.
You sure can.
And if you call them, maybe you even get to talk to Nikita. But you know what?
Right, yeah.
Friends,
don't.
Nikita's busy at work. We're all very busy at work, and we just can't chat.
You certainly can talk to me, but
you certainly can.
I probably won't be my most pleasant self.
We want to chat, but we just like are busy.
Yeah, there's a lot of books that have to go to people, and I'm trying to do that to the best of my ability. So unfortunately, I can't just like chat with people about Jessica Simpson as much as I would normally want to.
Right. That's why we're choosing to pay you for an hour to hang out with us so we can chat, rather than just do our normal work of updating the website. Although we're doing great at that. High five. Psh, thanks, Nikita.
Yeah. I try to help with that. It's fun.
You help a lot. A lot of the great descriptions you'll read on our website products are written by Nikita Mafidon, who will one day be famous in a way that someone will write an autobiography and say, I knew her before she was famous.
I knew her when she wrote the description for Carrie Wright containers that just say Carrie Wright and Carrie Tight.
What's your favorite description you've written? Is there a product you like to say? It's the Carrie Wright?
It's the Carrie, is it Carrie Tight? Is that the
there's a Carrie Tight product.
Yeah,
okay,
the Carrie Tight product.
Look at our website. Look for the Carrie Tight, which is a waterproof Velcro bag. We'll put it on As Seen on TV so you can read Nikita's descriptions. I often LOL as I read descriptions, and we can usually tell if Nikita wrote it versus another staff member, although all of our staff are really good writers.
We're just
Coincidentally.
having fun. We're all just
So,
enjoying our
yeah.
description time.
It's a good, you gotta have fun where you can, folks. We could copy paste descriptions, which we do if we have to, but normally we like to come up with them our own selves.
Yeah.
So Paul's giving a smile over there. It must be good. Okay. Okay.
It's really good. Yeah.
Okay.
A little poem.
Oh, it's a little poem? Oh my
It
gosh,
rhymes,
I can't
it's
wait to read it
beautiful.
later.
Mhm.
Let's not give it away because you got to go look at our website and enjoy it.
Exactly.
Okay, so Nikita, normally we do Stationer to the Stars during this time where we talk about astrology and stationary, which, I mean, astrology is everything. We're all star stuff,
It is.
so it's not incorrect.
Yeah.
But today, I believe we're going to do a little bit of a tarot spot for us.
It's
So
connected. It's
what do you got?
connected.
What do you got for us? I'm gonna tie my shoe real quick over
cool.
here. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm not gonna judge you.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about the Neo Tarot set, which I've already talked about, but I really love it, and I kind of just wanted to showcase some of the like really great cards from it. So I just kind of pulled a few that I want to talk about, and it all kind of connects back to astrology. A lot of times people associate certain tarot cards with certain signs. Also, like currently Venus is in retrograde. That's like a lot as far as our relationships go, including our relationship with ourselves. And the Neo Tarot set has like a whole section about self-care for each card. So that's just kind of like a cool little added bonus of the set. It's just a beautiful one. And yeah, I think I'm just going to talk about a couple of different cards. I kind of just have like a random assortment of them, and I'm just going to pick out some of my faves. I just picked out a few of my faves, and then I'm just going to go with it.
Yes.
If I can figure out where things are in here.
Look how you've nicely marked your pages.
I have some page tabs, everybody, some page flags. It's really fun. It's good for me.
Organized.
So
Venus
organized.
retrograde is a minute, right? Like it's not like over.
No,
it's
it's
like
not
several
chill.
months.
Yeah, it starts today, and I think it goes through end of June, question mark. I don't know. I think it's a while. It's not super long compared to like, I feel like Saturn stays in retrograde for like really like months, and I think that this one is only like a month and a half or so. But I'm
we
not
can handle
100%
that.
sure. Don't quote me on that. It is a lot though. Venus retrograde means that, yeah, we are going to be a little bit off in our instincts with our interpersonal relationships, which is perfect for everything else going in the universe right now. That's the dream at this very moment.
All right, sit on it.
But
Maybe that's
instead,
the
we're going to talk
advice.
about a fun card about community called the Three of Cups.
Ooh.
This is their beautiful representation of the Three of Cups
Cute.
in the Neo Tarot set.
Vase.
Basically, I love this set partially because it is so inclusive in its like images, illustrations. I feel like a lot of tarot sets are like not, and they're very
Right.
just like white and very specific in their gendering.
Yeah, like the Rider Waite. Is it just like very white fairy people?
Yeah, fairy people, Renaissance friends,
Yeah.
knights, things like that. And I really like it, honestly, but it's not at all inclusive.
Yeah, this is a step forward.
It is cool to have a lot of people. The Three of Cups is all about our relationships to community and just like celebrating the people around you. And so it's cool because it talks about just sort of like leaning on your connections with people and lifting each other up, which I think is a good theme for right now. It's associated with Mercury in Cancer, which is kind of cool. And just the themes of it are just like friendship and support. And it's just a really pretty card. The self-care for this one is not helpful right now because you cannot see people physically. But I feel like you could probably just like, this is telling you to do a slumber party. Maybe do it over Zoom. Why not?
Slumber party sounds kind of fun, actually.
That's the dream.
Just snoozing.
Yeah, you just don't have to talk to anybody while being on Zoom. So that's
Paul
takes the
plays-
worst part of Zoom and makes it
Yeah.
fun.
Zoom can be awkward. We got to Zoom with our staff recently, and
Mhm.
that was cute.
That was
It
fun.
felt like being with them because I'm out of practice.
And we got to see everybody's kitties and
We
plants and
did.
stuff, and that was so fun.
Should have done
So
more plant looks,
cute.
though. Anyway,
Yeah, I
next
had some
time.
plants that I should have shown off, but I didn't do it.
We'll do a plant focus
It's okay.
next round.
Exactly.
All right, Three of Cups.
Three of Cups. I'm going to show a bright one now.
Ooh,
it's
cute.
the Eight of Pentacles. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Look at this person. They're
That's
so
awesome.
excited. They're reaching all that they can be. Don't know where that is in this book either. Oh, there we go. Okay.
You
So
look
good
right
at
to
this.
it.
I'm so good at this. It is about pursuing your dreams based on what you know you can do. So it's sort of just about like focusing in on the hard work it takes to like achieve your dreams and just knowing that that is possible. So it's a pretty fun, pretty lovely card. Their self-care actually is helpful for this time period because it's about, it says to use YouTube to learn to do something creative but mindless.
I'm loving these book suggestions of if you draw a card, how to act on it.
Yeah, it feels really good to be like, I need some guidance right now as to like how to spend my time, and I don't really want to put that much thought into it. And you can kind of just go to this deck, pull a card, and then see what they tell you and see if you like it, and maybe you can do it.
Yeah.
That's fun, and that's a good way to take care of yourself. This one's associated with the sun in Virgo, which is nice. Virgo is a very good, very organized sign.
Makes sense that they'd be pulling those go out and achieve it cards.
I do want to talk about the Hermit card, especially in this deck, because
ooh, it's so pretty.
It's so much warmer than I think a lot of Hermit cards are. I think as people know from the Rider-Waite one, the Rider-Waite one is like really dark and like
it's
sad.
like the Led Zeppelin album cover,
yeah,
right?
it's just like someone in like a hood on like a cliff,
Yeah.
looking really sadly out into the distance.
Yeah.
And this one is really beautiful. It's like surrounded by stars, this person is, and they like have this beautiful star that they're holding.
Yeah, I like that.
And they're very much like encouraged to like embrace alone time in a way that's not like just seen as really
Ooh.
sad, which I think is
I
really
see what
great.
you're doing.
Yeah, alone time is important, and right now a lot of time you may have to be alone regardless of if you really want to be, but that doesn't mean you have to be sad about it. Solitude is important, and this tells me that that solitude is a way to tap into the light inside of us, which is a beautiful way to think about that, which doesn't mean you have to. You can also not be productive right now, but it doesn't mean that you should be sad if you look inward, you know. You can just accept that your day is not going how you want it to, and then just keep going.
Get through that day.
You just got to get through the
That's
day.
just the day. That's just your feeling that day. This is the perfect card right now. What self-care do they encourage someone who maybe doesn't even need to do a tarot reading to pull the Hermit card? Because we're all it now.
This says to take yourself out of your everyday routine and into the wonders of nature. Think about what you're seeking or what's troubling you. Imagine meeting the figure in the Hermit at the top of a mountain. What would they have to say about your troubles? That's cool. You can imagine that you're in some kind of universe where you get to like meet a mysterious figure at the top of a mountain and be like,
I'm into it.
I am looking for your best riddle, friend.
First up, love a riddle. Maybe we should incorporate more riddles. I feel like we don't have a mountain here, but we've got like the Baker Wetlands where you could definitely go and meet a hermit. Or maybe the top of Wells Overlook. That's kind of high.
That's pretty high up.
Campus gets tall. You could work on your own mountain.
There's some mountain escapes in everyone's brain.
Well, do you know of any people, like maybe even you're doing this? Probably tarot readings are a thing that can happen through Zoom pretty easily.
They sure can happen through Zoom.
Yeah. Do you have anyone you'd recommend people look into if they're having fun hearing about tarot and want to get a reading done?
I don't have anyone who's doing it over Zoom, but I do know one person I got a reading from pretty recently who did like a 6-card spread for me for like a really affordable sliding scale pricing, which was really cool. Is someone on Instagram named Wichita Hecknaw.
Are they from Wichita, Kansas?
I am not fully sure.
Intriguing.
It's pretty intriguing. I would love to know, but I did not ask.
It's a good name.
It's a very good Instagram name, and I know that they are doing readings, and I got one from them that was really cool.
Hecknaw feels like a thing Wichita people also say. I know growing up near it, like Hecknaw. They'll say it. Listen for it.
In the Midwest, we say Hecknaw.
Oh yeah, Hecknaw.
Yeah, okay.
It's like heck no, but
I never have, but I also grew up here.
It might be more in
of a different vibe.
Yeah, that might be more like middle of Kansas kids, not urban Kansas.
That's cute.
Lawrence kids,
Kansas kids saying heck no as they fight against the
They
machine.
aren't fighting. They're unaware the machine exists. At least, well, I'm old. They're probably more aware now.
I think there's hopefully more at least.
When I was a kid, internet was just the gun.
You just had a bunch of Miracle Whip in you.
So much Miracle Whip, actually. How did you know?
We've talked about
Oh,
it.
okay, cool. Yeah,
You've
yeah,
explained to me your horrifying
yeah.
Miracle
That's
Whip
true.
past.
I did
Yeah.
used to eat Miracle Whip.
Mhm.
Right out of the packet. Okay, well, that's probably enough information about me. Nikita, Gemini season's coming.
Mm-hmm. How
you
do I feel
excited?
about it?
Mhm.
I'm excited. It's going to be a wild time. A lot of planets are in retrograde right now, so I don't know how Gemini season's going to go, but I'm excited. My birthday's coming up. We're going to have fun alone.
Well, we hope to celebrate it with you so that it won't be alone.
Just
Paul's
over
birthday is
Zoom.
also coming up.
Exciting.
I won't have you tell the people your exact birthday online.
Mhm.
Somehow I feel like that's like
Seems
a
weird.
secret.
Yeah, seems like a bad idea.
But just like generally, they know you're a Gemini. So we're excited
Mhm.
for Paul and Nikita, 2 Geminis on staff. Any
Exactly.
more Geminis on staff?
No, I don't think so.
I trust that you would know that.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
Okay. So anything else, Nikita, before we're just about to end our show?
Mhm.
So any last thoughts or anything you've been watching and would like to share? A book you'd like to suggest? An Instagram people should follow?
I've been rereading actually a book called My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. It is a novel that is about just this girl who decides that she needs to try to sleep as much as possible for a year. It's very weird. It's very, it's a little dark. It's a little bit, it's just odd. It's an eccentric book, but it's one of my favorite authors that
Is
I've
it
read
nonfiction?
recently. No, it's fiction.
Oh.
And she just like teams up with this really not professional psychiatrist who just prescribes her a bunch of sleeping medication because she just keeps telling her that she can't sleep. And she's like, I'm gonna sleep for a full year and then I'm gonna wake up and feel better about life. And it's a pretty interesting book to reread at this time period. And it's just a little bit of dark humor and intrigue.
All right.
Yeah,
Dark humor.
That's what I'm gonna promote. You can get it from the Raven as well.
Some people, when they're down, can like listen to sad music, read a down thing, watch a scary movie, and that works for them. So maybe it's your time.
Yeah.
See who's got it.
Yeah.
See who's feeling the same for you, even if they're a fictional character.
Mhm.
Who doesn't feel a little bit fictional right now? So
Nothing is real.
we
Time
don't
isn't
really
real.
know how this is all going to pan out. So it all feels a little bit in development and not finalized. So Nikita, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I loved
So
having
fun.
Sports Nikita here today. That's Nikita when
it's a whole
Nikita
new
wears a
me.
backwards hat.
New year, new me.
Yeah,
everybody.
new
New month
season.
in quarantine. New me.
Oh my gosh, you're right. We are entering month 3 soon.
Mhm.
So we'll catch you next week, Nikita. I mean, I'm gonna see you probably Saturday as
I'll
we
see you
pass in the
eventually,
night, ships
but
in the night.
Yeah.
Because it's always a super mess here, and I gotta clean up before Nikita comes in on Saturdays, and I gotta wipe all the phone down, and it's a whole thing.
It's very nice that you do.
Would
that.
you
It's
like a
very
little
lovely.
squirty squirt? as you-
Yeah, let's
Okay,
do
there you
it
go.
for safety.
Nope.
So fun.
Mm-hmm.
Love to do a little outro. Hand sanitize.
Just a little outro sanitize. I kept to my side, so I'm good until later. Thank you, Nikita. It's always a pleasure. Thanks for bringing your tarot cards. It made me kind of want to get a reading or something. Just
Do it.
something fun to do. Also, just support a small business because that's what it'd be. Okay, I'm gonna put the screen up, and Paul will rejoin us as we do our as we say goodbyes. Ooh. What you got?
I was just catching up on chores.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was getting some of the brushes we featured on yesterday's show online,
Mhm.
digging up info, making sure the listings are right,
Mhm.
just doing some back end stuff. So I gotta
yeah.
say,
Just doing that back end
that's
stuff.
the word for it. That's the industry term.
Yes, it is.
Yesterday's show was a big hit. If you missed yesterday's show, we were talking watercolor brushes. We had a call in from Kara, our first call in. Big Tech Day, first call in, and we got a light on our product feature on the Instagram.
Huge day.
Huge day.
I also cleaned off. No, I cleaned out the tabletop, but y'all can't even enjoy that.
Yeah, you're not getting the whole thing here. So, but I did notice you've got this board here now. Can't see it on YouTube, but on Instagram you can see this big board. What's your plan there?
Well, I'm hoping that my plan is to have it designed and painted by either myself or one of our staff, and it'll I'll keep a dark area for the scrolling commentary, but then maybe on the right side, according to Instagram, I'll put secret pop-up discount codes, Like we'll
Oh.
have like some framing elements where we can pop in new information.
Yeah. We
Or
should
maybe
put our home shopping website,
we could
wonderfairhomeshopping.com.
put the website.
Should we put that one, or should we put the Wonderfair's virtual haunted bathroom.com? It makes us no
I
money, but
think
you can
we
enjoy
should
it
put
from the company.
website
Okay.
about the show people watch.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. And then maybe put like a running tally. We could do a tally, like items
What are we
sold.
tallying?
That'd be fun.
Items sold seems hard.
We could remind people that I will fancily wrap their gifts for
Gift
them.
wrapping available. Some people miss that option
Um,
at checkout, but if you've seen some of the photos Meredith's been posting, what a incredible value that service is at just
It
$5.
really is.
Yep. We are not being compensated fairly for that, but we're still doing it.
I feel I'm being compensated fairly because while it's not like a big fiscal income generator, I really enjoy wrapping the presents fancifully. I like the creative moment, and we're so busy with admin and day to day that we don't have as much creative opportunity in the shop as we maybe once did.
Yes, it's
So I really enjoy it. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to wrap your presents. I bought a lot of pom-poms.
true. We got a few to wrap this afternoon.
Oh,
so
do I?
we're gonna get on that.
Okay.
That's it. That we're gonna wrap up now. Thanks for tuning in today. So great to see some old friends popping into the feed here. Hello, if any of them are still there, but we saw Kaylee in there, saw George Whiter from Issue Press, one of the country's
Wow.
best risograph
I
printers.
feel like we gotta go because I gotta answer that instead of having
Nikita's got it. It's
Nikita
right
do
up here.
Nikita doesn't have to do it. Oh, Nikita's gonna do it. Thanks.
We're
Nikita.
signing off. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow at noon.
Adieu.
At the Wonderfair Home Shopping Network. We broadcast on YouTube and Instagram. There was a little hiccup on YouTube. Apologies if you're tuned in and saw goofiness there. But we got it straightened out. We'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, if you need anything, give us a call, or you can order online at wonderfairhomeshopping.com. Thanks.
Always expanding our selection online.
Bye.
I think I gotta get that phone. Who was it?
False alarm.
Oh,
Nobody was there.
false alarm.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Phone call.
That's okay. Awesome. We off on YouTube?
Nope.
Well, hi YouTube. Sorry to leave you alone.